Income inequality. It's becoming one of the biggest issues of the day, and it's not me saying it. More and more people are concerned about it, and I want you to look at this poll that came out from the Times and CBS News. Nearly two-thirds, I'm talking not Democrats, all Americans, say wealth should be more evenly distributed, and more than half say the government, that's right, TJ, the government should do more to make that happen. And for anybody who thinks, just as a point of reference, that hey, this has always been this issue, you got to go back to the 20s to see a time where more wealth wasn't more concentrated in fewer hands. I mean, we got a major problem. We all know what happened soon thereafter. So, Richard, I know we're involved in this, obviously.
Who gets credit for this? Who gets credit for this?
Well, you're going to get me. You want to say Occupy Wall Street.
That is exactly correct. When you look at the legacy of a movement, they made this possible as a political place for people like Obama and Bernie Sanders and Hillary to be so possible that even Republicans are beginning to understand.
I love you, Richard, but I'm going to pick another rationale as to why, okay? Here's my only point. So people care about it. And what's amazing is people don't only just think, hey, you know what, the people on the bottom end better do better. I think there's a misread on this. People believe the top end's got to come down more to make the pot right for the bottom end. That's a big distinction.
Unfair, and that the top 1% has accumulated this unfairly. Now, I'm not going to back down. This was politicized by Occupy Wall Street.
Okay, but I don't want to get into Occupy right now because I got limited time. If the public believes that the top 1 or the top tenth of the 1% should be paying more, and I got more polls if you want to see them that support that. And the Democrats aren't stupid enough to call it wealth redistribution, right?
No.
Can Republicans say, no, the system's just fine, just leave business alone and we'll do better for the general public? I mean, this is going to be an issue, TJ, whether they like it or not next year.
And it's incumbent upon the Republicans to once and for all tighten up their messaging and get the right message out.
But right now, and I'll let you talk, but right now across states here, Kansas and the rest, they're trying to cut back on food stamps.
Right.
They're trying to have means testing as it relates to who's getting welfare. They're trying to, they're doing all these things.
It's time for Republicans to hunker down, not run away, but rather embrace their narrative, and that is that government is not the answer. The role of government is not to narrow the gap. The role of government is to create an environment as friendly as possible to business, especially small business and entrepreneurs, so that people, yes, can work hard and get ahead.
Should they still keep fighting minimum wage increases?
I think so. I think so, because a minimum wage increase only aims some people towards a brick wall.
Translation what TJ just said. He believes Republicans shouldn't change a single thing.
If this is the new, better message, keep it up.
Let me tell you something. One of the most offensive things in this country is that narrative of the minimum wage, because what you're doing is you're telling people that this, what should be a bridge job, is the final job, and that their goal should be $15 an hour. No. It borders on one of the most offensive narratives
Let's not get
available.
into the middle wage swamp on this part of the debate. Republicans don't have to change their tune because they've been singing the same tune for 35 years, and the American people have for the most part been voting in their favor on this issue for the last 35 years. The argument is anything that hurts the economy, that hurts jobs, an increased minimum wage, or too many people living off the government dole, or whatever the argument you want to make, is bad for the overall economy. That means fewer jobs and fewer good-paying jobs, and that means it's going to be harder for you to get out of the lower rungs or get out of the middle class and advance up the pay scale that you want to. The party's been singing that tune for 35 years, and I agree with you, Richard. I agree with you.
It doesn't work in Europe.
I'm saying that the argument has worked for 35 years. What makes you think it won't? What makes you think? But what makes you think that argument won't work this time?
That poll shows that it won't work.
What would be delicious television is watching every single day, watching Hillary Clinton sing the song about income inequality. Please let her clear her throat and give her an open microphone and let her beat that drum on a daily basis, because you talk about disingenuous and you talk about a mouthful of fallacies. That is one right there. That woman talking about income inequality, please let her do it.
This much I'm saying is I've never seen more people on every side of the political spectrum saying, regular people saying, it shouldn't be this hard. Not just for the poor, but for the middle class that aren't getting by when you figure in inflation. And if somebody...
It shouldn't be that easy for the super rich.
Okay, but it should, if somebody can articulate how you get that person And that famous West Wing scene with the guy at the end who sent his kid to Notre Dame here and he doesn't know how to make his nut. If the person can connect to that guy or that person, that's going to be the next president, I think. All right, coming up next, one of the Republican frontrunners is trying to refight the culture wars, and Scott Walker's position on abortion. Listen, you just hear it for yourself.